Okay, formally, good afternoon, students.
Good afternoon, sir.
It's getting recorded. Okay, so I think this sentence is in your textbook.
Yes, sir.
Introduction, right? So you see here, I have marked something, in yellow. So here you see galaxies are in motion, etc. We perceive object to be in motion. Okay. Okay. Now here are some questions that are asked here, right? So you are all on Earth, and you say Earth is in motion, but you don't see Earth is moving. Why?
Because it is large.
It is in large quantity. Okay. Somebody else. Give me one answer. No. Everybody should give your opinion.
Because the Earth is moving so fast.
Earth is moving so fast.
Because it is rotating in orbit.
It is rotating in orbit. Okay. So you are not able to perceive Earth is in motion. Okay? Are you sure your answers are correct? Now, if you are sitting in a bus and the bus is going slowly, okay, and assume that you are going in a Volvo bus, fully covered, night, pitch night, dark, you cannot see anything. The bus is going like this.
From different point of view, you can miss other person's point of view.
No, in the bus you are sitting and the bus is going. Can you say the bus is in motion or not in motion? You cannot. But somebody who is outside, he will say a bus is moving.
Yes, sir. Because of the different.
No, bus is going slowly also, you will say you don't know. If the bus is going fast also, you don't know whether it is moving. So it is not the question of it is going fast, going slow. That is not why you will not understand why Earth is not moving. Understand? So therefore you see, you have to understand what is motion, then you will tell why you are not feeling that Earth is in motion. Okay? Okay, fine. You will understand it. We will formally understand the concept of motion, then you will be able to answer yourself. Okay? Then you see this sentence, So what causes seasons, etc. So all this, whatever you see in your first paragraph of your school textbook, they are all trying to give you an idea that whatever you see around is in motion. Okay, not that everything is in motion, but there is something called motion which you have to understand. It's not just taken for granted. Okay, because if you now deeply think, you are sitting in a train, the luggage is it in motion?
No.
But for somebody on the platform,
It is in motion.
so then who is right? Somebody who is sitting in the train.
Both of them are right.
Both of them are right and both of them are wrong.
No, both of them are right.
Both of them right. Okay, but for a person sitting, he says it is not moving. For a person sitting outside, he says it is moving. Then what is the difference?
With respect to them, it's from their point of view, it is moving.
Point of view. Okay, fine. So you have fairly understood, but you cannot use the word point of view. Okay, there are some terms that you have to use. So if you yes, reference or the observer. So if you use those scientific terms, then your answers are quite refined and they will come closer to the truth. That's it. That's what we are going to do. Right. Okay, so we will conduct some experiments and understand this better. Okay, so now we will conduct a small experiment. Okay, so the experiment is like this. You can see this classroom. Okay, so I will mark this classroom like this. Right? Okay, see that corner where chair is there. Aryan. That I will mark it as reference point. Okay, so will you volunteer to do some experiment?
Yes, sir.
Aryan, you get up. Yeah, around. Okay, so now your friend Aryan, so this is the classroom. Okay, this is the classroom, and your friend Aryan is here, and I will call this point as the reference point of origin. Okay, now you can move in zigzag fashion. Hang moment. Sun steps. Okay, so now Aryan is here, and he will move 5 steps. Small steps, very small steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see he has moved 5 steps. Once again go back. Wait, I'll do. So now what I will do is, I have here a stopwatch. Okay, I have here a stopwatch. So the moment he starts walking, I will start the stopwatch. The moment he stops, I will stop the stopwatch. Right? So, okay, start. 5. Okay, stop. So he has moved 5 steps. So he has come here. He has come here. He has come to this spot. So I will say that I will name this spot. I can give any name. What name shall I give?
L.
Huh?
A.
A.
X.
X. Okay, fine. Good. Okay. Now we are going to use a word called as a concept called distance. I think all of you know what is distance. Huh? Okay, I'll ask you. Don't worry. Right. So I will use the word D1 just to begin with this. So he is at the spot at D1, and he is at that. When he has come to the point D1, at that instant, the time recorded is 5 seconds. So this is what I'm going to do. Now move another 5 steps. However you want, you move. Fine. Yeah. So he has moved another 5 steps. He is come here. Okay. So this I will give this. What name shall I give to this point?
D2. D2.
D2. Correct. Very good. So that's the way you have to give. And now the time shows. Time shows now 9 seconds. Okay. Now move another 5 steps. Fine. Stop. Okay. So he has moved here. Right. So I'll give the name here D3, and it is now showing here 14. The time is showing 14. Okay, I go back and see. Thank you. So now you see, did you see your, supposing now I made him to stop. I made him to stop at every point. Now assume that my stopwatch was on and he was continuously moving. Andra, he was moving like this. So what are these dotted lines, dotted dots?
Distance traveled by the traveler.
Yes, who is that? Who is that who said path traveled by the body? Ahana, right? Yes, good. So this dotted line represents the path traveled. Understand? It is the path traveled. What is distance? Everybody can answer.
The path traveled by an object is called distance.
Okay, Ahana said path traveled by an object is distance traveled. What do you have to say?
It is the total length path covered by man.
Total length part covered. You are close to the answer, but not correct.
Actual path covered by an
No. Come on. Correct. You are closer to the answer. You know the answer.
displacement of an object.
Hey, well, that's a very bad answer. See, there is. See, let's try to just try to speak the truth to the best possible extent. Okay, let's not speculate. It's not like kaun banega crorepati. You give that answer, like that. No, let's reason out. See, you are fairly close to the answer, but it is not telling the truth, right? Good. So, yes, please.
The actual length traveled by
Actual length means what?
on the
From initial position to final position.
Actual path, actual length. Why are you stuck with that word actual?
Total.
Why are you stuck with the total means what? What is the total? Why you want to use? See, when you want to add something, you will use the word total. Otherwise, why should you use the word total? How much money you have? You will tell how much money you have. Total money you have. Who told you? Did somebody ask? Then you have to total and tell. Isn't it? So, why I am telling you all this is because, physics is a subject. It will bring you closer to the reality. So, as much possible, you should speak the truth. As much possible. There is no absolute truth. Understand? See, we are all living between two ends. Absolute truth, absolute false. Understand? So, in between, see, if you say, oh, he is a perfect man, he is a totally imperfect man, there is nobody like that. So, all of us, including me, we are somewhere in between. But we try to go as closer as possible to the perfection. So, when I am telling something to you, I will try to use the best possible words and try to give you the right information or whatever appropriate to be told. So I'll say I am speaking the truth. That's what. And physics mods truth. So it will, see, if you read books in physics, you will not find any adjective and adverb. But otherwise, we go, very, very good, yeah. Actually, very, very beautiful, yeah. You will use the word. So you will not find any such words in physics. Why? Because we want truth, nothing but truth, to the best possible extent. So total, actual, is it necessary to use? It is not necessary. So this is what you will refine your thought process. That is precisely what I call it as the process of learning. Okay. Now, shall I give you the answer for this? Now, just see. Length of the path traveled by a body. Okay. Length of the path. No, don't write. Don't. Huh? See, you trust your instincts. You trust your brain. So many things you learn. Tabla, you learn music. Do you go on writing everything? Don't worry. God has given wonderful brain to all of us. Understand? Because you go on writing notes and then how much you will by heart. So don't depend upon that. Depend upon this. If you have learned the right way, you will remember it for a very long time. At least another 5 years you will remember. Okay? So, see here. Now distance is what? Length of the path
Traveled by the object.
Traveled by the object. Okay. You can use the word object, or you can use the word particle, or you can use the word body. There is difference between all of them, but I will let you know later. At this stage, let's not get into too much of those details. Right? So length of the path traveled by a body. Right? So what do you mean length of the path? So if I call this point as O, if I call this point as A, if I call this point as B, C, then what do you mean by length of the path?
Total distance.
See, you should not use the word distance to tell length. Supposing I'll tell you, measure the length. How will you measure?
Initial position.
Huh?
Final position minus initial position.
Oh, so final position is D3. Initial position is 0. So D3 is say something like around 10. And this is say 0. So you mean to say 10 minus 0 is 10, length of the path? Is it correct? Do you think it is right? See, the coordinate of this point is 10. The coordinate of this point is 0. So if you say 10 minus this, then what are it doing? Is it telling the length? How will you measure the length?
Actually calculating.
Calculating. See, if you are given some number, how you calculate and tell? Here, calculate not here. Yes, Srinath, Anna, you can also answer.
Measure
Yes, sir.
Tell, how will you measure? Good.
by
Using some instruments like measurements.
ಏನು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಮೆಜರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಹೇಳಿ ತಗೋ ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಮೆಜರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಫ್ರೀ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್
It's like using the thread.
that is right. Sankalp is right. So now what you do, you keep one end of the thread here and keep on keeping the thread here like this.
Then using
Now you measure the length of it. That becomes what? The length of the path. You are measuring you should go in steps. You have measured what? The length of the path. Call this, instead of telling length of the path, simple word. You thought ಹೆಸರು ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಸುಧೀರ್ ನರಸಿಂಹಮೂರ್ತಿ. ಯಾರು ಹಂಗೆ ಕರೀತಾರ ಸುದ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಹೌದಾ? ಸಾಕು. ಸೊ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಹಣೆ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಸಂಕ್ಷಿಪ್ತ. Because we want truth. So here, length of the path traveled by a body becomes distance. Did you understand?
Yes.
Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay. Did you understand really? What is the distance from this place? You know which place in Hubli? Very famous for all of you. Huh? Ruptungutta. Okay. Okay, Ruptungutta. See, Ruptungutta peak mata hogiri. So, what is the distance from my home to Ruptungutta peak? Andaz ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, ನೀವೇನು ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. Very good. She said 2 kilometers. Okay, she said 2 kilometers. Yes. Anybody want to say something else? Hey, ಹೇಳು ನೀವು ಸುಮ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಡ್ರು ಅಂದಾಜು ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಹೇಳಿ come on, you also can think, or if you say 2 kilometers, I'll accept 2 kilometers. Sure, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ 2 kilometers. Sure. Supposing I'll say it is 5 kilometers. Am I right or wrong? Hello, Srinath and Anna, am I right or wrong? You know, now 5 kilometers now. I'm right. I'm not joking. I am perfectly right. Tell me how I am right. See, you didn't understand the meaning of the word distance. Length of the path traveled by a body. Now tell me.
Yes, sir. Means the roads.
I will, if I go like this
Means
to,
every path is moving. Some path may have shorter distance and longer distance.
isn't it? So the distance traveled will depend upon the path chosen. Distance depends upon the path chosen. Path traveled. Understood? So therefore, you see, if they give you options in examination, the distance from A to B is 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers. All the above can be true. Which one will you mark?
All the above.
Why did you mark all? Otherwise, you would have marked only one of them.
Depends on the path covered by the body.
So that is what is called as understanding. So one sentence, what is the meaning? Length of the path traveled by the object. So every word has action, right? It has got full meaning. So you have to be so intense. It's not by hearting. See, if you had, see now all of you, length of the path traveled by a body or total distance or something and all you told. Why did you tell all that answers? Because we are very good students. You are very studious in your school. You have just picked some words, and if you have written these words as answers in your school book, and you have got full marks. That's why you say this is science. Science total actually distance and but in your future examinations, or when you really stand on a big dais and address a lot of scientists, then they will catch you. They will say, no sir, this is not right. You are not telling science. You are telling nonsense. So you just have to refine this. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಅಂಶನೂ ಸರಿಯಾದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು. ಅದೇ ನನ್ನ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಇನ್ನೇನು ದೊಡ್ಡ ನಾನೇನು ಮಹಾ ಏನು ಕಲ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗುದು. Okay, right? Then you can solve very big problems. Right? Okay, fine. So you understood 2 kilometers. Now somebody asks you, what is the distance from Hubli to Dharwad? Somebody asks you, what is the distance from Hubli to Dharwad? What will you tell? ಈಗ ರಸ್ತೆದಾಗ ಹೊಂಟಿರ್ತಿಪ್ಪ, ಯಾರ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಹುಬ್ಳಿ ಧಾರವಾಡ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟಲೇ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಿ, ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ? ಪಾಪ ರಸ್ತೆದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲ ಖಾಲಿ ಪಾಪ ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ಗಾಡಿ ಬಂದು ಊರಿನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಧಾರವಾಡ ಎಷ್ಟು ದೂರ ಆಗ್ತೈತ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ? ಅಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರ ಹುಚ್ಚು ಹಿಡಿದು ಬಿಡ್ತೈತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ನೀನ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿ, ಯಾರ ಬಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಮುಂದಿಂತ ಈ ಹುಬ್ಳಿ ಧಾರವಾಡ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇದೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಅದೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು, ಕಾಮನ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ನೀವು ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್, ವಿಚ್ ಪಾತ್ ವಿಲ್ ಯು ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್? ಆ ಪಾಪ ಅದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಹುಬ್ಳಿಗೆ ಬಂದೈತಿ, ಧಾರವಾಡ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಹೊಂಟೈತಿ, ಅದು ವಿಚ್ ಪಾತ್ ಯು ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಕತ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಅದ್ರ ಬಿಡ್ತೈತೆ ಅದು. So usually you should say Hubli to Dharwad. Naturally they will go by this. Sir, Hubli to Dharwad is 20. You should say, sir, Hubli to Dharwad it is 20 kilometers. You just go like this, meet the national highway and keep traveling towards Dharwad. It will be 20 kilometers. That is the way to reply. So that's what I'm telling. If you learn physics, you should not start showing off physics in the public domain. Understand? So you should use it judiciously. That is called as education. Okay, that is called as education, right? Anyways, we will learn more of these things, right? Okay, so I suppose you understood the length of the path traveled by a body is this one. Okay, fine, very good. So you see, whatever sentence is given in your textbook, I am just making you to understand. I am not teaching anything extraordinary, or out of your syllabus. Okay, so I gave you this exercise. Now, hello, open up. Yeah. So, can you read what I have written here? Okay, set the mobile phone and all, forget. Mark the upper part, then mark part the upper part of the line with D1, D2, D3, lower part as T1, T1, and explain what is what I have told. What I am trying to tell you here is this. Okay. So what I am trying to tell you is, now whatever you said zigzag path and all you traveled, okay. So that one I will draw a line. Okay. So this one is origin O. क्योंकि फिजिक्स में क्या होता है, रिप्रेजेंटेशन भी एक कला है. रिप्रेजेंटेशन करने से हमको देखने से इमीडिएटली पता चलता है क्या है. पूरा रामायण पढ़ने का जरूरत नहीं, अभी देखने से पता चल जाए. अब सबको हिंदी आती है ना, मेरी हिंदी समझ में आती है ना, ठीक है. कभी कभी हिंदी में भी बात करेंगे, क्योंकि व्हाट हैपेंस, यू नो, वी विल लर्न ऑल द लैंग्वेजेस एंड आवर ब्रेन पावर विल इंक्रीज इफ यू लर्न मोर थिंग्स, राइट. सो विल ट्राई टू. सो this one is 0, 0. This one is 4. So the first point where you stop, I will say D1 and I will say T1. Right? So what is this point representing?
First position.
The first position you have done. Then the second position. You stop here. The third position you stop. Right? Now answer carefully. What is this D1, D2, D3, so on? What is this D1, D2, D3? Hey, this girl Ahana is good. See, she told correctly. Position of the body. It is position of the body, isn't it? See, these are all the positions of the body. This one is the length of the body. This is not the distance. You get it? See, that's what you have just got to be very sensitive and careful. You learn physics, you will become very sensitive. And if you are very sensitive, you will become a very good human being. Understand? And you can learn a lot of things. See, I didn't answer, your friend answered. Okay, so you also keep answering. Right, okay? Right. So what is D1, D2, D3?
Position of the object.
Now all of you again, just don't answer. You are sitting in front of me. You are all going to do wonderful things at the international level. Come on, imagine. And it is not a joke. Hey, no, international level. See, when you face IIT exam, 12 lakh students will be there. Out of that, 10,000 friends. You know, 10,000 in 12 lakhs, 0.01%. So if you want to be in that bracket, then from now, you have to learn to be extraordinary students. What is extraordinary? Now tell me, you told D1, D2, D3, you know it is position. What is T1, T2, T3? Think and tell.
Time
The
taken.
time taken.
The time at which the body is in that position.
Ahana, wonderful. How do you know all this?
I just answered.
Arey, what so is correct? See, you all told time traveled. It is not time traveled. What is T1, T2, T3?
Time taken.
Not time taken. Time. Okay, wait, Ahana, wait. I understood that you have understood. Let me just explain to the other students. What is T1, T2, T3?
Time at that position.
Time at that position. So, these are what? The right word is instants. Instants of the time. At the instant T1, the body is at D1. At the instant T2, the body is at T2. See, there are differences. Time, for how much time did you take? How much time did you take means what? It is interval of time. At that instant, you were there. That becomes instant of time. Time are different. So, what is T1, T2? Instants of time. What is D1, D2, D2? Position of time. Right? So now I am showing you some discrete points. Okay. So what does this line represent?
The part.
Correct. So the line is representing the path traveled by the body. But I have written a straight line here.
Linear.
So but did he go in a straight line?
No, sir.
He didn't go in a straight line. He went like this. It's okay. Let him go like this. What for me? What for me? I am going to represent it by a line. Right? So, see, 0 to this point is A, this point is B, this point is C. So, here schematically I am showing it by a straight line. But experimentally I know that it is this path. Experimentally what? It is experimentally what? From here to here. Yes. So this path I am showing it by a straight line. It's okay. But that doesn't mean it is he has gone in straight path. Unless I say, okay, so this is the path I travel. Unless I say it is unless I say the path is straight. If I don't say, then it can be donka panka. So physics will, if you specifically want to say it is straight line, I have to say. Otherwise, it is just a line. Right? Okay. Now, what is a line?
A group of points.
Okay. Now again, wait a minute. I am going to ask you what is line. All of you have notebook and pen. So you think and write the definition of line. Think and write. I will give you 1 minute time. Afterwards, I will ask you, you tell. Right? Okay. Think. All of you think. You also. All of you, Ahana, Srinath, draw. What is the definition of line? You write in your notebook. I will ask you. Okay. Are you all ready?
Yes, sir.
Who feels you are the right answer? Anybody is ready with the right answer? Arey yaar, I am just asking you a very simple question. What is a line? So think like physics students. You will get the answer. Okay? How will physics students think? Hingala. So see, physics is a monument of concepts. Taj Mahal is a monument of marble stones. So concepts connected, you will get something to explain. That's it. It's a connection of concepts that makes up physics. So you have got now a line. So did you draw this line on your notebook?
Yes, sir.
Good. So that is the first step. Now, what does this line consist of? See, you are all good students. Call them as points. See, you have got everything around you, everything here. What is this? Everything. If supposing you go outside or far away from Earth and if I say what is there? Space.
Yes.
There is space, isn't it? What is space? Now you quantify it. What is space? What is space? What is the, see, now you have to conceptualize the space. How will you conceptualize? Space consists of points. Collection of points make space. Isn't it? So space means what? See now, okay, this point. So I will take one reference point and give the name to this. That becomes a point in space. So space is nothing but collection of points. Collection of all the points. Right? Becomes space. Okay? So now, imagine, what is this? Line. So now what is line?
It's collection of points on one points.
Then any point at one point.
The continuous point from one point to another point.
Sankalp is coming closer to that. Somebody said collection of points. If you say collection of points, then what I will do, I will say, okay, collection of points. This is collection of points.
Continuous point is a continuous point from
One,
one
two
point
or
to
more
another.
concepts joined together is component.
So he is using the word continuous. That is making some sense. Just use the word locus of points. Locus means what? One behind the other. Locus means what? One behind the other. See, what is this? This is consisting of locus of points. Isn't it? Locus of points.
From one point to another. In a line.
Locus of point constitutes straight line. Sorry, constitutes a line. Simple now. This is what, you see, this is what I call it as building the knowledge. If I give you the definition of line, then I am transplanting the knowledge. So transplant, you cannot transplant the knowledge. ಈಗ ಯಾವ್ದಾರು ಗಿಡ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಿತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಟು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊ, ಹಸಿರು ಆಗಾಕತ್ತೈತಿ, ಹಸಿರು ಐತಿ, ನಾಳೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಒಣಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಿವಸ ಸಾಕೋಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಹಂಗ ನಾಲೆಜ್. If it is transplanted, it is like keeping the plant on a stone. It will be fresh for some time and then it will go to dogs. But if you put the seed in the soil and water it properly and grow, it will grow as a plant and a tree and will be strong. Same way knowledge is to do. So you should think and develop knowledge in yourself. I am only going to trigger you to think. Ready, students? So get triggered and think. So what is a line?
Locus of points.
Points. Now, what is a straight line?
Locus of points in a straight line.
See, now I am asking you what is straight plane ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನವಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ನೀವು 9th ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಅದಿರಿ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಹಂಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಹಂಗದಿರಿ. ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ನೀವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮೆಚೂರ್ಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಮಾಧಾನವಾಗಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಹಂಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆದರೆ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ರಾಂಗ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಐ ಗಿವ್ ಶಬಾಷ್. ಬಟ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್. ಸೊಳ್ಳ ಬಾಯಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೇನೆ. ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, ತಪ್ಪಿದ್ರು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಓಕೆ. ಇಸ್ ಅ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಸೊ ನಾವು ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಟು ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಲೈನ್. That is one thing. Understood? Then straight meaning will come. Straight is a concept. Right? What is a straight line?
Locus of points in a particular direction.
Aryan told the answer. That's all. Locus of points in a particular direction. I didn't give the definition. You are giving the definition. You have physics in you. Physics need not be taught. Physics is already there in you. I am only making that to come out. That is the job of a teacher. मेरा कर्तव्य सिर्फ इतना है. ठीक है? सबके पास फिजिक्स है. न्यूटन को किसने सिखाया? न्यूटन्स लॉ उसके अंदर था. ठीक है ना? उसके अंदर था. वो पेड़ के नीचे बैठ के ठीक तरह से सोचा. हम पेड़ के नीचे बैठ के करते, नींद करते, एक फल गिरा तो एक गिर गया यार, सो जाते. लेकिन उन्होंने ये सोचा, अरे यार ये फल क्यों गिरा? फल क्यों गिरा? ये ग्रेविटी था इसलिए गिरा. लेकिन वो मून है ना, मून वो क्यों नहीं गिरता? सोचा वो मून नहीं क्यों? मून इज ऑल्सो मास. व्हाई इज इट नॉट फॉलिंग ऑन अर्थ? सो ग्रेविटी मस्ट बी देयर ऑन मून. एंड इफ यू से देयर इज नो ग्रेविटी, देन मून विल से टाटा एंड गो अवे. Moon is held by Earth because of gravity only. Moon is held by Earth because of gravity only. You see, you tie a stone to a string and rotate like this. It will go on rotating. If the string is cut, the stone will go. Like that, Moon also will say Tata, Chanda Mama, chila gaya. Samjhaya? So, there is gravity, that is why there is moon. But it is not falling. Newton found answer for this. Because he sat and thought. Whereas I simply sat, I slept and came up. So I didn't invent any Newton's law. Of course, Newton had already invented. I am hardly better. So therefore, you see, you have science in you. I am just trying to bring it out. And if you have brought it out, then Andruni baat, now your brain is ready. You will never forget this definition. But if you by heart, ಇವತ್ತು ನೆನಪಿತ್ತು, ನಾಳೆ ನೆನಪಿತ್ತು, ಟೀಚರ್ ಸಪೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಟೀಚರ್ ಸರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ನಾನು ಹಿಂದಿನ 2 ದಿವಸ ಫ್ರೀ ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ವಟ ಬೈ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬೈ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟೈಮ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬರೀತೀರಿ. ಇದನ್ನೇನು ಬೈ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದೈತೆ? ಸೊ ಧೈರ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು. Okay. So straight line means what? Locus of points in a particular direction. I didn't give the answer. Okay. Shall I ask you the next question?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand now?
Yes, sir.
Answer this question. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Think and answer. So best thing is, physics, you have to imagine, draw, see that, and then coin the sentence such that it is complete and unambiguous. Complete and unambiguous. Andra double meaning irbaru. Double or triple meaning irbaru. One meaning irbaru. Complete. Ready? What is a circle? Draw madri, think madri, togolri, 2 minutes ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. You ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಮಾಡು, ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಮಾಡು, ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡು. ಈಗ ಲೈನ್ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ, ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ, ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಏನು?
Locus of points going
Wait, everybody are ready? Okay, take one more time. Let everybody read. Then I will ask. Line, straight line, circle. So did you draw a circle? Did you examine that? Who is ready with the correct answer? Who is ready? Come on. Anna, Srinath, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
No or yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Anna is ready. Okay, here who else is ready? You too. Hey, ನೀವು ಯಾರು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕೊಡವಲ್ರಲ್ಲ? ಹೇಳ, ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ಏನು ತಪ್ಪಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಬಾಂಬ್ ಎತ್ಕೊಡೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. And we are all learning. Okay, what's your name? Akshay. Come on, Akshay, tell.
Locus of point in a curved direction.
Curved direction. See, your answer I'll tell you. Curved direction ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು curved direction. So now locus of points in curved direction. Is it a circle? Actually curved direction ಅಂತಿಲ್ಲ. Then is it correct?
Locus of points from where it starts and it comes to the same point.
Okay. Locus of point from where it starts and comes to state point. ನೋಡು, ನಿನ್ನ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ನಾನು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. See, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾ ಹೇಳ್ಕಡ, your answer must be complete and unambiguous. Your answer is ambiguous. Why? I can interpret the way I want. ನೀನ್ ತಲೆಯಾಗ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಇದು, ಆದ್ರೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಏನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ನಾ ಬೇಕಾದ ತಗೋತೀನಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಗೇವ್ credibility to this. Yes, you tell. ನಿನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು?
Rishi.
ಋಷಿಗ.
Locus of points means circular path.
You cannot use the word circle to define what is a circle. See, these are basics. Put your hand up. Yeah, right.
Locus of point which is equal from a midpoint.
Equal from which point number?
Equidistant.
Equidistant from which one? This is making some sense. So she is telling locus of point equidistance from a fixed point. Okay, right. Your name is Maitri, right? Okay, Maitri. Is she right or wrong?
This is means not completely.
Not completely right. Okay, Sankal. Where is she?
Locus of points going around a point which is present at the center.
Going around andre na?
Going around is like circle.
Oh, okay, so I will take this point and I will go going around this point. Is it a circle? At least she was better because she told equidistant from a fixed point. Equidistant means all these points are equidistant. She was at least correct but not the right answer. Ahana, what is your definition?
Sir, the locus of points equidistant from a point which start and end at the same point.
Okay, start and end at the same point. Makes sense, but still I will say it is wrong.
From initial point to final.
Same. ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಹಳೆಯಲ್ಲ ಮಗಳು ಗಂಡ.
Locus of points na equilibrium distance.
ಏನ
Locus of points na equilibrium.
No, ಅವಳ somewhat correct ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. Equidistance from a fixed point. Anna said equidistance from a fixed point and should come back to the same point. Okay? Now, this statement is also wrong. This is not the right definition for circle. ಏನಿರ್ಬೋದು?
A locus of point in a round and closed path which are equidistant from a center.
Round and closed path. That is also making some better sense, but still it is wrong. Yes, Srinath, you got a better answer? Okay, now why you are all wrong, I'll tell you. Okay, first of all, you see, locus of all the points. Correct? That word all is important here. Locus of all the points equidistant from a fixed point. Can you imagine? Can you convert what I told into reality? Oh, fixed point. Locus of all the points equidistant from a fixed point. Correct? Is it the right definition? Still it is wrong. Locus of all points equidistant from a fixed point is not the definition of circle. Where am I? Where is the correction?
In a round and closed path. Equidistant means
Equidistant. See, now I said equidistant from close path. Something is missing. See, now, can you imagine my head? Okay, my head, where I got a round thing here. Can you see this round object? Hello, all of you can see the round object?
Yes, sir.
See, this is a sphere. It has got a center. Now I am going to take this point. It is at some distance from the central point. If I take this point, any point if I take, it is equidistant from the center. Correct now? See now how my pen will move. Down, 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 down. It formed closed path. So, is it a circle?
Direction is changing.
Circle on my direction change ಆಗ್ತಾನಾ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ತಿಳಿತಾ ಮಕ್ಕಳ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳೋದು ಏನೇ ಓದಿದ್ರು ನೀವು ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಭಕ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಓದಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ. ಈ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವರಿ. ಸಿ, ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಯಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿದ್ದ ನನಗೂ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗುರ್ತಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹುಟ್ಟಿದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗುರ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅವ್ನು ಯಾವ್ದು ಓಡೋ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ದೇವ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಲಿಯೋಕೆ ಹುಟ್ಟಿ. All of us have to learn and we'll learn. And don't think that you are not intelligent, you are not good. All of us are equally intelligent. God is benevolent. He has given equal opportunity to everybody. It's only that how we make use of it. Understand? That's it. Now, are you ready for the answer? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, tell me, what is the difference between drawing a circle on the board and drawing the circle on my head? This is 3D, that is 2D. So now you see, locus of points equidistant from a fixed point on a plane. Locus of points equidistant from a fixed point on a plane constitutes a circle. So you have to use the concept of what? How many concepts? Locus, equidistance, fixed point and plane. So ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ರೆ ಆಂಬಿಗ್ಯೂಟಿ ಬಂತು. If you simply say it is equidistant, then I can imagine anything. So this is what you have to learn in physics. If you learn like this, then you can attempt very difficult sums, because those difficult sums are based on how well you have understood these concepts. So if you have misunderstood, then you will not be able to answer. ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು 9th ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬುಕ್ನಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕಲಿತೀವಿ, ಬಟ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು. ಈ ಲೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪಾತ್, ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಸಿ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್. So you should be able to, if you have understood, you will use the right words. But if you have simply by hearted, then this is what you are going to tell. Okay? Shall we proceed now? I can.
Tell the definition again.
Yes. Locus of points equidistant from a fixed point on a plane. See, I drew my thing on my head. It is not a plane. I drew it on my hand. This is a plane. That's the difference. Right? Did you get it, all of you? Don't worry. You trust yourself. Don't have to write down my definitions. See, am I using any book, paper, pen, anything? It's just that, thought, and I'm just teaching. Right? And that's how you have to learn. Freely you should learn. Not under inhibitions. Okay, I started with the topic called motion. But every term that is coming there has to be judiciously learned. That is what is my job. To trigger your mind. And you should get triggered. Then, I'm not triggering and nothing is happening. You should be alert and you should learn. Okay, shall I proceed? Well, so this is the path, right? Path traveled by a body. Right? Then when I say it has traveled, means what? That is the object has moved along that path. Then that means that means what? Moved means what? It has occupied all the points in that path. It's occupied at different instants of time. Then you say it has traveled. Right? So this is a schematic of what? This is a schematic of the body which has traveled from, it is traveling here. Okay? Now, let's try to abstract. What is the abstraction? Now, do we say the body is in motion? Say, your friend Aryan was moving and we captured his movement and we have plotted. What we have done? We have captured the movements of Aryan and we have captured it and we have represented it. Okay? Now, try to do some abstraction from it. Abstraction means use the right terms and try to capture this. Appropriate terms. So what are the appropriate terms? What are these? These are positions. What are these? These are instants of time. And we now are sure that Aryan was in motion. Okay, now use these things that I have written on the board and define motion. Use these things. Don't have to recollect some definition. See the board. These are instants of time. Instants of time. And now define motion. Look at this and define. Yes, Srinath, will you define?
Yes, sir.
Tell.
Distance traveled. It's not. One second.
Aram. Okay, tell.
Motion is changing position of an object with respect to its time.
What do you mean with respect to time?
Means the equal distance.
Where I have written with respect to time here? I told whatever he has done, I have captured it and I have presented here. And I told you, look at the board and give me the definition of motion from whatever I have written.
Changing the position with distance.
Respect to surroundings.
See, now have I written respect to surrounding here? See, that's what I don't want. See what is happening now. No, you would have read some book or you would have seen some video or you would have heard somebody telling. So what you are doing, Maitri, you have captured those words from that book or this. And now you are remembering those words and you are throwing that words. And you yourself know that is not the right definition. So don't do that. दिल और दिमाग दोनों का इस्तेमाल करो और दोनों को ये महसूस हो रहा है कि ये ठीक है तभी बोलने का है सोचो इस तरह सोचना शुरू करो अभी धीरे धीरे शुरू करो आपको आ जाएगा फिजिक्स बड़ी बात नहीं है ठीक है तो इसको देख के बोलो definition of motion yes anybody can tell what is the definition of motion look at this board and tell don't look into your book there are many mistakes in your book
when a body changes its position in different instants of time, then it is said to be motion.
Changes its position. not fully correct. Okay, now what did you observe here? The body occupied different positions, isn't it? See, you said these are positions, no? You said these are positions. So what was Mr. Aryan doing? He was occupying different positions at different instants of time. He was occupying different positions at different instants of time. And who was observing this? All of you. You are at the observation point. So with respect to you, Mr. Aryan was in motion. So a body is said to be in motion. A body as a particle is said to be in motion if it occupies different positions at different instants of time with respect to a fixed position, with respect to a reference point. Okay, now you see, with respect to a reference point, body is occupying different positions at different instants of time. All of them are important now. If one of them is missing, is motion happening? Do you need the reference point?
Yes.
If you don't use the word reference point, then can you define the motion? No. Okay. Now look at what? Okay. Now look at this point in my hand. Can you see this point in my hand? Say yes, sir.
Yes.
Can you see this point in my hand? Say yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, is this point in motion?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is this point in motion?
Yes, sir.
Why do you say it is in motion? Why?
It is changing its position.
It is changing its position. Full here, Raja. Again, see, you are stuck with the word with respect to time. This point, see, you learn like this because then only you will solve very interesting problems which I'll give you. So this point is occupying different positions at different instants of time with respect to you. With respect to you. That is why this is in motion. Okay? Now, can you see this point?
Yes, sir.
So now this point becomes the observer. This point becomes the object. Okay? This is the observer. Now, is this left hand in motion with respect to right hand?
Yes, sir.
Why? Why?
So because it is occupying different positions in different instances of time.
With
With respect to this point. Correct? So this is in motion. Now, is this in motion?
No, sir.
No, sir.
With respect to this, it is not in motion. But with respect to you, it is in motion. So therefore, you see, this point is occupying different positions at different instants of time. But with respect to this, it is not in motion. Even though it is occupying different positions at different instants of time. But with respect to this, no. But with respect to some other point, say you, it is. Therefore, with respect to you, it is in motion. With respect to this, it is not in motion. Understood now? So now, if I say, are you in motion?
Yes.
Now,
We are
You should ask that question. See, that boy is understanding. You should ask with respect to what? So, with respect to any point in this room, you are at rest. But with respect to some vehicle which is moving on the road, you are in motion. With respect to moon, you are in motion. So therefore, you see, motion is not absolute. Motion is not absolute. It is relative. Means with respect to. So unless you have defined a reference point, you cannot define motion. And reference point need not be fixed. See now? This is the reference point. This reference point with respect to you is in motion. Correct? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay? Did you understand? Yeah. Fine. So it's now exactly 5 o'clock. As promised, I will stop. I will continue in the next class. Okay?